Hi guys, and welcome to another Random Platypus review. Those of you who are keen, I might see some of the other pieces I've done recently in the top of the screen. That's because I'm doing a marathon run all in one go. What you can see this time, and this again, it's salute related. It's a model that was in the salute goodie bag. So when you go in the door, if you're the first, I think it's like 5,000 people, you get a bag which has the salute miniature in, which I didn't get because I was obviously working or should I say manning a participation game table with Random Platypus guys, and so I didn't get any of the figures. One of the things that was also in the bag this year, because usually you get the show figure, you get a dice, and you may, if you're lucky, if there's other companies, sometimes throw things in there as well. So I think last year they had some plastic sci-fi troopers. I want to call it the Maelstrom or something like that game. But this year there was a Wild West Exodus character called legendary Captain Nimue. Now, I have to admit at this point, I'm not really into steampunk, and I'm not really into Wild West Exodus. I don't know, it's just an aesthetic that doesn't appeal to me. Now, it's the same with all of us. We all have our preference, and that is totally fine. And that's not going to deter me from reviewing this and telling you what I think of the quality of the product and the casting and things like that. Now, first of all, to give away a plastic figure is quite a big deal for me, because the tooling is not cheap. The tooling on its own is not cheap. So to give it away, I think is quite a nice gesture. So I'm opening up the box. I want to shout out to Paul Newman's Ghost on this one, because he actually had a couple and said, why didn't you have one? So I thought, okay, I'll take it and I'll review it, and then I'll offer it as maybe as a prize or something for one of the paint-alongs. So what you get in it, first of all, is you get a nice little unit card, which has got all the rules on it, I believe, for the game. Those of you that play it will know better than me. So you get that in there. You get the nice base. I like the fact that they've gone for making something a bit different, if I'm honest. I just think it's quite unique, rather than just using the normal bases. Some people will like them, I guess. Some people won't. But it's a fair old base. It is, well, it's about 45 mil, that base. Just so you know for that. And the figure itself comes on 2 sprues. One part of it is kind of like the base topper. It starts off like that. Essentially, from what I'm led to believe is true, this is kind of like a mechanical tentacle from something like a mechanical octopus kind of creature. There you go. There's the 2 sprues. The top part of this is like I think it's the wave. I'm trying to think if there's, oh, there you go, on the back. That helps a little bit. You can see there's like a wave with the tentacle that comes around it, and then the captain herself is standing there sort of fighting off this tentacle, or maybe riding with the tentacle. I'm not really quite sure. As you can see, the rest of it is here. Move this back a bit. So you've got the tentacle, her trident, bit more of the mechanical tentacle, one leg, 2 legs. You can basically make out the rest, I think. It's the body and her. I'm trying to see where her head is. Her head is on this sprue, I think. It's all there anyway. Yeah, it's all there. Okay, so the face is actually this piece, which is quite nice, but you can't really see it very well at this point in time with this camera. Not going to work. And that's the hair. So yeah, again, I think it's a really, really nice model. In terms of mold lines and flash. As you can see, it's pretty crisp. There's no real, again, I'm looking and there's no real mold lines that I can see, which again is really impressive for a plastic figure. I mean, even some of the Games Workshop figures suffer with obvious mold lining, and this one is, from what I can see, isn't struggling with that issue at all. So it makes it really, really good. And like I say, it's a fantastic gesture to offer any figure free in a bag, when especially like something like Salute. Now I know, cynicism apart, people are going to say, well, it's, you know, it's a way of advertising, getting people to buy into the game. That's fine, but they're actually throwing some money out there in terms of these figures to encourage you to do it. And again, you can't fault people for that. You know, it's not like when you go into Games Workshop store, they sometimes use old figures that they don't. I don't know, like the Lord of the Rings figures, it's quite typical for you to have them in there to paint for your first painting session or whatever. This is a sort of a brand new figure for one of their armies. So it's pretty cool if you ask me. Now, like I say, I'm not really into Wild West Exodus, so somebody else might be able to comment on how good a character this is on the table. They might even be able to share pictures of it built. I'm not going to build this one, so I'm not going to be able to take any scale shots or anything for anybody. But it will be offered up at some point in the future, either as a PAL prize or possibly as part of a charity fundraising drive, something like that. It's not going to stay in my collection. I don't, like I say, I can't profess to love the idea of like a Wild West steampunk. And like I said before, that is just my personal preference. It does not stop it being a fantastic miniature, and it does not stop it being a good company who have done, like I say, made a really nice gesture of putting it in with the Salute goodie bag. And like I say, anybody else, feel free to comment below, or come on the Random Platters forum and just explain a little bit more about Wild West Exodus to those of us that really have no idea about what it's about. That'd be awesome. Okay guys, I'll catch you later, catch you in the forum, and catch you later on here. Cheers, bye bye now.